Welcome back to the White Stoner channel here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing my 2-tape VHS movies, and if you forgot what that is, it is where they have one part from the same movie and then the second part, then you put the first part of the movie in, obviously, unless you want to watch the movie backwards. I don't think you do, so you should just put in part 1 to the movie and then put in part 2 after the movie. So I'm going to be showing my 2-tape VHS collection, basically. No specific order, and then let's get into this. So we have Pearl Harbor, the 60th anniversary, I think, of when Pearl Harbor itself happened. I have yet to watch this on VHS, but I have seen it on the DVD, which also has 2 parts to it, which is strange. I didn't think movies would be long enough, or I thought DVDs would have been big enough to fit full movies, but Pearl Harbor has part 1 and part 2 on DVD too, which is really cool. Kinda. Ben Affleck does a fantastic job in this film, and since this is a war movie, I have found out now that I'm 22, I've figured out that war films are a great genre to watch, and they are now in my top 10 favorite genre list of all time of movies to watch. So, once again, we have Pearl Harbor. And then before I keep going, you know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you all enjoy this video. It's something I didn't want to do, but I figured I'd get it done and over with, because it had to be done someday. And let me know, what is your favorite movie that I mentioned in this list? You leave the comment down below. Next up, this one I thought was a movie. We checked it out. It's not a movie at all. What I have here is A Raisin in the Sun. So we watched a little bit of it. It was actually pretty cool, but it turns out to be a play. Yes, that is right, a play. When I seen it, I'm like, oh, cool. You know, a movie about Black history or something. That's what I really thought. I thought it was a movie about Black History Month or something historical with the black people. That's why I got it. But I didn't read the back, and I guess it's a play. So here is the front, the side, the back, and then the other side. And then here is part 1 of the play, I guess, which really confused me, but it was pretty cool from what we've seen so far. Next up is Kevin Costner in JFK. Man, oh man, this movie right here was really, really good. I really liked it. At first, Dad said it was a little boring, but then we got more into it, and then he said, "That's not too bad." This movie is a little slow at first, but then it gets really good. It's about, I want to say, the assassination and all that of JFK, and how everything went down. So I definitely need to watch it again. It was a really, really good movie if you've never seen it. Next up, another movie that I cannot believe I have already, and it didn't take long for me to get it. Gettysburg. We just watched this one last month, I think it was already. It was late September, I think it was. So this movie, I did not realize that it was 254 minutes, which is over 4 hours. So if you have nothing better to do on a winter Saturday, or even a Sunday maybe, just pop in Gettysburg. Hopefully they release it on 4K someday. That would be super cool, because I would definitely get it. The downside about this movie is they didn't use enough blood, in my opinion. But other than that, it was a fantastic movie. And if you didn't know, parts of this movie was actually filmed in Gettysburg, which made it even more cool. And it still blows my mind. Jeff Daniels in a war movie? Are you serious? All in all, another awesome movie. Next up, this one technically is not a 2-tape movie, but I keep it on top of the bookshelf because it's another war movie, and, well, it's got Tom Hanks in it. Why the fuck would I want to put him in the dresser or on the bookshelf? Well, I could with his other movies, but no. So really, this is a 1-tape movie with the special feature as the 2nd tape. So we have Saving Private Ryan. Awesome film. It really breaks my heart, though. So I do love this film. Do not get me wrong. I would love a brand new one. So if you can tell how that does not stay like it should, a brand new copy of the special limited edition would be awesome. So yeah, I count it as 2 tapes because the special features is over 2 hours. So, and then the movie itself, oh shit, my bad. I got that so confused, my bad. That was the movie I just showed you over 2 hours. Special features is only 25 minutes, so my bad. I guess I put them in the wrong spot. There we go. So, fun fact. This movie's like pretty much spot on about Tom Hanks, Matt Damon, those guys. But if you pay close attention, you can see that Vin Diesel, yes, that is right, Vin Diesel, famous actor of Fast and the Furious, is actually in this movie. I did not know that until, well, I watched it on VHS. It should say him on the back. I guess not, but I know for a fact Vin Diesel's in this movie because they, well, I don't want to ruin too much of it if you haven't seen it. Next up is one piece that I think is really cool to have in my collection, and then another piece in my collection that I think is beautiful, but it really upsets me of how the condition has turned out. But I am thankful for the other one. So what I have here is Braveheart in a brand new copy that I got from Second and Charles. And there are some spots that are opened. I've been pretty much tempted to open this, but I don't want to, for the simple fact that I have an open copy right here. And yeah, there's no reason to open this one right now until these tapes die out, or however long that'll take. Who knows? I could die one day and then the tapes still outlive me. So this set could be brand new for as long as I know. This copy right here, because I won't open it until the time is necessary. But I do wish it was more closed with the cellophane, unless it wore out that much. And then there is another open spot right here. So, and then here is the open copy of Braveheart. Can't have a movie collection without Braveheart, man. I watched it for the first time earlier this year, and man, oh man, Mel Gibson directed this movie, produced this movie, man. He blew my mind. This movie is one hell of a movie. Next up, one movie that I definitely want a new copy of, because I don't know if the people where I got it from did it. I don't know if the previous owners did it. But I've shown you guys before. This one is The Deer Hunter. A really good movie, actually. But somebody wrote part 1 and part 2 on it. So you can clearly see where they did it. But right where my fingernail is, I know it's hard to see, but right above my finger, I should say, it says part 1. So I really don't understand why they wrote part 1 and part 2 on the tapes, but next up, the most outrageous film in my collection right here. The film that I cannot get through, not because it's terrifying or anything, but it's because it's so long of a film. I have never heard anybody talk about it on YouTube. I've hardly even heard anybody talk about it on TikTok. So, please, anybody out there who watches this video, please make it to this part of the video so you can answer my questions. Has anybody seen this movie? Has anybody finished this movie? And if you have, please let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. And we have up next, with Robert De Niro, we have the movie 1900. So, it came out in 1976. And I cannot imagine being some of them people in the movie theaters watching this movie, or however the hell they did it back then. This movie is 255 minutes. That's right. 255 minutes. So, I definitely would love a brand new copy of this film, just because it's over 5 hours long. You're telling me, I know, 5 hours for a movie? Who can sit through that? But it is a movie on my bucket list that I do want to watch, since I own it, obviously. But man, oh man, if you were here in person and you could just feel how heavy this box is, you would be like, how can anybody watch that? So here is the first part of the movie. So yeah, I've also learned that the heavier the movie itself like this, the longer it is too. So this movie has a lot of weight to it for a VHS movie. It has to weigh maybe what feels like 5 pounds when it's all together like this. So yeah, if anybody has seen this movie, even heard of it, like I said, I don't hear hardly anybody talk about it, mention it, nothing. So if you have seen this movie, please let me know what you think of it. Next up, I just reviewed this movie, and it's still today one of the saddest movies ever. We have The Green Mile. So, another great Tom Hanks film. I honestly don't think my boy Tom Hanks has made a bad film. Oh yeah, it was this one that was giving me troubles. Here's part 2, apparently. Okay, I'm not understanding this box, but... There! Jeez, oh Pete's, I don't know what that was all about. Oh boy. Next up is Samson and Delilah. I have never seen this movie, but it is one of my older movies. Since collecting VHS, I get real excited when I see old movies like this one right here, because sure, it's VHS, it's not worth much, but someday, who knows how much this could be worth. It's a 1949 movie, man. And 10 years ago, that wouldn't have excited me. So I'm real excited to check this out sometime. Yeah, 1949, I said, yep. That is super cool. I've never even heard of this movie till the day I found it, and I don't think it's on DVD, so let me know if it is on DVD or not. Next up is another Jeff Daniels war movie, which is hard to put together because when you think of Jeff Daniels, you pretty much think of Dumb and Dumber and stuff like that. Like, not so serious films like this, but man, oh man, does he blow my mind. He did another fantastic job in this movie, just like in Gettysburg right here. So this one's about Civil War, and then this one obviously is about Gettysburg. So both fantastic films. This one, the only downfall was it hardly had any blood in it, but being a PG-13 movie, I understand. And yeah, apparently Gettysburg really blows my mind why it's not rated R, but I get it's a PG film and they used more blood, but I kind of wish it was more realistic blood-wise for Gettysburg, which I was saying earlier. So if you have never seen either one of these, please take the time and check them both out. They are awesome, but make sure you have the time to do it, because this movie's over 4 hours and this one's a little over 3 hours. So next up is a series of parts here, which I forgot that my part 3, how do I want to say this? Part 3 to the movie, and then the cassette 2 is broken. So I'm looking for another one of those. So what I have here is what I got here is, can I do it? No, I can't. So I'm sure you've just seen it. So what I have here is The Godfather Part 1. I've only seen the first half of the movie. Then I watched a little bit of the Part 2 tape. But next time I go and watch it, I really should pay attention, because it was quite confusing to me. So, there you go. And then this movie right here, Part 2, or The Godfather Part 2, I guess everybody says is the greatest movie ever made, or at least that's what the internet says. I don't even. I have yet to see this movie because I've been watching other things. So someday, don't get me wrong, someday I will see this movie, whether it be in VHS, maybe, I think Godfather's on 4K now, so maybe 4K sometime, I don't know. And then, I would like to get the original, Godfather set on VHS too. And then this is what I was talking about. Here is Godfather, or The Godfather Part 3. Once again, I have yet to see this one. So this is what I was getting at. So I went to my favorite antique store up in Lansing one day with my friends. And if you haven't seen my antique mall video, go check it out. That's the day I got Godfather 1, 2, and 3. And then I didn't realize it until we left that this motherfucker's broke. So VHS isn't supposed to look like this. So they do have a brand new set of them, and they want like $15 for them. And I'm like, yeah, I wish. So I get to sit here until I somehow can find Godfather Part 3 again. I mean, it works and all, but it's a little upsetting knowing your movies that you enjoy and that you love to have is like this. So I tried electrical tape thinking that it would work since it could blend in, but the VCR did not like that so much. I was scared at first. I thought it got stuck where it wouldn't come out, but then it popped itself out, which was a good thing. Next up, I honestly think it's the first edition, because I looked up another movie I own, and it's CBS Fox Video. Another movie I've yet to see. Dad says it's really good, so I'll take his word on it. The Sound of Music. So, like I said, I have no idea what I'm gonna get myself into when I watch this. I know, obviously, it's a musical. Me personally, I'm not the biggest musical movie fan, but I haven't watched any except Disney movies. All Disney movies have some kind of singing in them, which, in my opinion, you don't need to have singing in every Disney movie, but just about over 50% of the Disney movies do. So, The Sound of Music. Like I said, I am not sure what I'm gonna get myself into, but it's really cool having the CBS Fox version of this, though. So I seen, either it was me or Dad who seen it, and he's like, get that one. So I got it. My newest 2-tape movie in the collection. I just checked it out in the VCR over here. It does play, and it is Schindler's List. So, on the back of it, it's all black and white. So, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, oh wow, a black and white movie. not my thing, not my go-to, but you know, I watch VHS now, so I'm not afraid to watch anything. I put it in. The movie's in color. I was really surprised. The movie is in color, man. So I can't wait to check this out. It looks like yet again another war movie. So super excited about that. If you have seen this movie, which I can only imagine anybody that watches this has seen this movie, let me know. Is it a war movie or not? Because I think I've heard a lot of people talk about this movie. It came out in 1993 and it won Best Picture of 1993. So really cannot wait to check this out. Next up, another movie I have yet to see, but the one thing about this movie in particular, I seen it at, I want to say Salvation Army, in a one-tape format. I was extremely confused considering it's a 3-hour movie. Oh no. Well, I might be needing a new copy of this movie. This movie has white spots on it. And anybody knows, anybody who collected VHS or lived the VHS era knows what white spots on a tape means. Alright, so we are on Fiddler on the Roof. And this is my first time noticing this, but I might need a new copy of it because there is a spot there. So anybody who watches this, can you give me some kind of information on what that spot is, or what it actually is? So, because I don't want to put it through my VCR or whatever, if it's mold or whatever, or it could just be very dusty inside too. I have no idea, so can somebody please let me know. Next up, I cannot pronounce this movie because I have a really hard time reading cursive. So it's got Kevin Costner, Dennis Quaid, and Gene Hackman and Wyatt Earp. I think EARP, I think that is. I know how to make out the letters. I just can't, read the movie. Maybe it will tell me on the back. It's Wyatt Earp, EARP. So, yeah, so that's the name of the movie. I've never seen it. It looks like a Western film, so can't wait to check that out someday. Oh, yeah. Next up, classic Western movie right here. I seen it and I'm like, gotta get this movie. Yet, I listen to the way I'm talking about the film and I've never seen it, so. Next up is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, starring Clint Eastwood. Now, this film really does not make sense to me. So let's take the previous one for example. This film is unknown for how long it is. This film is 191 minutes, so that's a long time. But this film here, yeah, part 2. Okay. Damn it, come on. So, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. It's a 2-tape movie for whatever reason. I don't know. It is 2 hours and 42 minutes. I don't know why. Unless there's previews on the first tape, which makes it... which is understandable. But, I don't understand why it's on 2 tapes. So, I think 2 hours and 42 minutes should be long enough to be played on one VHS, but, I guess not. So, real cool to have this film in the collection. Next up, probably the worst condition looking one. Now, I am still confused on exactly what this is. I don't know if it's a movie, if it's a TV series, or what. But next up is the Blue and the Gray. Another film or TV series that I've never heard anybody talk about ever on YouTube, TikTok, anything like that. Never heard anybody talk about it. So if you have heard of this movie, please let me know what you think of it. As you can tell, I haven't even rewound it yet since getting it. So next up, probably the most famous 2-tape VHS movie to ever be made. Yes, this is the one, when it came to the 2-tape movies, everybody had. All these ones I mentioned, don't even consider people having them back in the day. Because anytime I seen the 2-tape movie, it was James Cameron's 1997 Titanic on VHS. So, it cannot be a true VHS collection without this masterpiece. I watched it a few weekends ago, or a couple weeks ago. It might have been around the beginning of October. So, don't quote me on this, don't whatever, but I've tried so many times to watch Titanic. Not that it was boring, not that I wasn't into it, because I definitely was into it. Anytime I tried watching it, something always came up where I missed half of the beginning, most of the middle, and then the ending came, which I've seen so many times. As soon as they're letting the people get on the boats to get off of the Titanic, I've seen that part plenty of times. And then during the ending, this part doesn't make sense to me. I always missed when the ship went straight up and then Jack and Rose are hanging onto the back of the ship. I always missed that part. And then I always seen the part where Rose is on the door or whatever it is, and then Jack dies. I always seen that part. But half of the movie I've never seen until the other night. So I can officially say I have seen Titanic. Finally. So proud I got that accomplished done. And then because this one is more special than the other ones, I will show both of them. So they both have their own sleeves, so you could like put them individually on the shelf. So, and then before we move on to the next movie, I have to say this: the Titanic was unsinkable. That's right, unsinkable. But I will only show one VHS though. So, and then there you go. If I can find a brand new copy of this movie, again, that would be awesome. Well, folks, as time keeps going on, we are down to our last 3 movies that are 2-tape. So, let's get into this. So, if you like Boy Meets World, like I do, personally, at first I'm like, Boy Meets World, that sounds gay. That didn't interest me. Until last year, around my last year, it was definitely last year, because we finished the series on my birthday last year. And, Boy Meets World has just changed my gratitude for TV shows. So that definitely is one of the greatest TV shows ever made, hands down. You can fight me over that. Nothing compares to Boy Meets World. So my whole point is towards this is I don't know if you've seen where Eric was in charge of the movie that was supposed to be played at the school, and then he wanted to play the horror movie, and Mr. Feeney's like trying to get them to play Paint Your Wagon. Well, the reason Eric couldn't play Paint Your Wagon and he tried to play the horror movie instead was because right here I have Paint Your Wagon, the movie Eric was supposed to play. So, the minute I thought that, I instantly thought of Boy Meets World, and I instantly thought, I have to have it now to say this. So, this is why Eric couldn't play Paint Your Wagon, because I own it. Another Clint Eastwood movie I've yet to see, so if you've seen this movie, let me know. Is that worth my time? Next up, another movie that probably could have been on 1 tape. So, the cool thing about my VHS collection, I'm sure any VHS collector out there still today might have both films, but I do. So I have the original Scarface with Dope. Oh man, I forgot his name. The guy who was in Cool Hand Luke. The guy who played Luke in Cool Hand Luke. I don't remember his name right off him, but my point to this is I have the original Scarface from the 60s, and now I own the more famous Scarface that everybody knows with Al Pacino. So, I've seen a little bit of it on TV, but I've never really seen the movie because it's rated R and stuff like that. I really wish in the beginning of the video I knew, or I had an idea of how long this would have been, and I could have said what I usually say during my long videos. But the last film that I own that is 2 tapes, as you can see, I like the 2-tape movies. Another oldie, another oldie, 1960. It is Exodus. I am not sure. That's his name. There we go, Paul Newman. So, I was talking about Scarface just a minute ago. I have the original one with Paul Newman, and now I have the one right here with Al Pacino. That's what I was trying to get at. I could not think of his name to save my life, but right here, Exodus. So, never heard of it till VHS, or until I started collecting, obviously. So, I honestly am not sure what to expect, but it is 3 hours and 28 minutes. So there you have it, folks. There is my 2-tape VHS collection for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. You know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. And once again, please let me know in the comments down below. Please let me know if you have heard of this movie or seen this movie at all. And until next time, your host, White Stoner, is out.